Let America rest. You want to know the truth? The real truth? The one nobody in this country wants to say out loud because it breaks the spell? Americans aren't living. They're coping. They're coping through caffeine, coping through chaos, coping through motion, coping through the next deadline, the next bill, the next crisis. This entire country is a giant vibrating tuning fork of burnout, and everyone is pretending it's a personality trait. And then you look at Europe, people taking 4 weeks off like it's communion, entire countries slowing down in August, families actually spending time together, children seeing their parents conscious for more than 90 minutes a night, and suddenly you realize the only time Americans stop being cornered animals is when they're on a damn vacation.com. Not because they're lazy, not because they're entitled, but because it's the only time their nervous system gets permission to act human. And don't start with the hard work myth. I've seen hard work. I've lived under a dictatorship. I've seen people scrape their souls out of concrete. There is a difference between working and being spiritually waterboarded for a paycheck. Europe figured out something that America refuses to admit. Rest isn't luxury, it's biology. It's literally how the nervous system resets. You rest gives cortisol drops, gives creativity up, gives empathy. Up gives marriages stabilize, gives kids stop. Crying for no reason gives society, becomes functional. This isn't philosophy. It's neurobiology. It's sociology. It's data. But no, in America, we worship the cult of burnout. We put it on t-shirts. We brag about it. We confuse I haven't slept in 36 hours with I matter. Americans brag about their trauma like it's merit. Europeans brag about their vacations like it's sanity. And you want to know who loves this? The techno-tweaker CEOs and the politicians who've never worked a real job a day in their life. They love you exhausted, love you caffeinated, dissociated, and obedient. Love you terrified of being replaced, and now they really can replace you. Not even with a robot, but with a ball. A ball. A camera on a ball. A chatbot on a ball. They don't even need you to have a body anymore, just a login. Burnout isn't an accident, it's a strategy. They want you so stressed that you don't unionize, you don't rest, you don't think, you don't rebel. You don't question why Europe gets paid vacations and you get panic attacks. You don't ask why your company can't afford PTO, but somehow can afford a $40 million CEO. You don't notice that your fight or flight is a profit engine for someone else. And here's the savage truth that stings the worst. If Americans had European wages and European vacation law, half of this country's mental health crisis would evaporate overnight. Half the divorces, gone. Half the antidepressants, gone. Half the workplace shootings, gone. Half the I feel like I'm losing my mind moments, vaporized. Kids would have parents again. Spouses would have marriages again. People would actually come back from vacation with a soul instead of a sunburn and a credit card bill. But we're not allowed to admit that, are we? Because the minute Americans realize they deserve rest, the whole damn house of cards collapses. The truth is simple. Humans weren't built to live at DEFCON 2 Monday through Friday and then call that normal. Europe designed society around the human body. America designed society around the GDP. And sure, not all Europeans have it perfect. Not all Americans are suffering. But we're talking majority. We're talking culture. We're talking about a country that genuinely thinks taking a 2-week vacation is irresponsible. Meanwhile, the entire EU is like, wait, you guys work through illness? You answer emails at dinner? You don't get paid time off? You have to beg for 3 days off for your mother's funeral? You work until you die because healthcare is tied to your job? Are you people okay? No, we're not okay. We're chronically fried, spiritually dehydrated, mentally malnourished, and emotionally sleepwalking. And the worst part, we call it hustle. We call it grind. We call it being American. But let me tell you something loud enough for every stressed out, overworked, underpaid American to hear: rest is not weakness. Rest is rebellion. Rest is how you break the system that feeds on your exhaustion. And the minute this country culturally accepts that humans are not machines, not algorithms, not units of productivity, not sacrificial goats for shareholder profits, the mental health crisis will drop. The families will reconnect. The divorces will decrease. The children will recover. The people will stabilize, and the nation will breathe again. But until then, until America stops worshiping suffering, you're going to see fight or flight as the national personality trait, and vacations as the only time Americans remember what it feels like to have a nervous system. Instead of a circuit board, let America rest, or watch America break.